Hi, how's everybody? Gosh, it's kind of early in the morning for me, but I will try to stay focused here. um, some things I want to tell you. First of all, last week was very well done. Being thrown into the world of sentence combining and learning about a few commas can be a little bit settling. As you can see, I'm not teaching this as a traditional grammar class where you pick out nouns, verbs, adjectives, and those kinds of things. What I'm asking, well, first of all, that approach to grammar has been proven. It's been proven that that does not transfer into students' writing. Well, why learn grammar if it's not going to help you write better? So I threw you into this world of sentence combining, which has been shown to help students write better. And I think you will be amazed at how your writing changes if you just stick with it. It's tough. It's hard work, and you're not going to do well on some of the discussion boards. You're gonna put your sentences up there, and they're all going to be wrong. Well, that's not the problem. If you put your sentences up there and they're not like they should be, you're still going to get the 5 points for putting them up there. And you'll get another 5 points if you put good sentences up for your classmates. You can't just kind of go, because you're giving them advice, okay? So where it really counts is that you use what you learn on the discussion board to rewrite the sentences for the Dropbox. And that's where, you may have gotten 10 out of 10 on the discussion board and had some sentences wrong, but in the Dropbox, you need to be sure that you have them correct to get a good grade. I had used testing, and I found that testing just didn't do it. It was too hard for students. They got scared. Oh, it's a test. This way, you have time to work on that assignment, and that's what I want to talk about. I wrote comments in the feedback, so please don't just look at the grade for the discussion board and say, I got 10 out of 10, great. Read the feedback. You're going to need that, and you're going to look at the sentences your classmates wrote, review the links I provided last week to rewrite those sentences and put them in the Dropbox. You need to attach a Word document, not pages, not .odt, any of those. You need to have a Word document. Contact eLearning about getting a free copy of Microsoft Word if you don't have one. Attach the file, and then I will look at it when you guys are done with it. It's not due till Friday, so you got time. The discussion boards, this week, you will not combine sentences however you wish. Let me say that again. You will not combine sentences however you wish. You must use a relative clause. And what I'm teaching this week is a relative clause. There are a number of links for you to follow to learn what one is. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it, and we're going to try to use this sentence in our writing. Why am I teaching the relative clause? It's more than just because the book says Chapter 2, relative clause. A relative clause, a colleague I had did research, and she found that in student writing that won competitions, students that won competitions had things in common. Relative clauses, appositives, prepositions in a sentence, participle phrases. Now, those are the things I'm going to focus on because those are the things that are going to improve your writing. Also, some of you just kind of put commas between the sentences to combine them. You knew those sentences went together. You didn't have the tools to know how they went together. A relative clause is one of the ways. What is a relative clause? It begins with who, that, which, or whom. Okay? Who is used when discussing people. I include animals, although some people say that should be that. That when discussing inanimate objects, and whom is rarely used, and I'm not worried about it if you use it correctly or not. The purpose of a relative clause is to add additional information that describes the amount you're describing without adding another sentence. And I'll show you an example. It tightens up language. You use fewer words to say the same thing, and that helps the reader understand what the relationships you're trying to show. And it's important for you to know how to do this, because that's what your 111 and 112 teachers are going to be looking for. Relative clauses come after a noun. For example, my dog is named Spencer. That's true. He's the most gorgeous little dachshund I got. Okay. Well, Abby's cute too, my other one. He has a beautiful reddish brown coat. Okay. After I use an appositive, I say my dog, that, I get rid of the he. Oops, I always do that. I get rid of the he, put in that instead, that has a beautiful reddish brown coat, and I continue the rest of the sentence, is named Spencer. Rather than having two sentences, I'm getting these together. I could also say, my dog is named Spencer. Or no, I can't. I have to have it after dog. Okay? Another example. On Sunday, my husband and I went to Johnson's pumpkin farm to look at pumpkins and the craft booths. It was a really nice day. Pumpkin Farm is on Portsmouth Road. So I can say, on Saturday, my husband and I went to Johnson's pumpkin farm. And here, remember, I'm talking about pumpkin farm, pumpkin farm. You want to look for phrases which are similar, because that gives you a hint as to where the relative clause would go. So I wrote, which is on Portsmouth Road. Now, why did I use commas and why did I use which? Because this information isn't all that important. What was important was that we went and looked at the pumpkins and crafts booth. But if I wanted to add additional information, I'm going to, with commas, put in which is on Portsmouth Road to look at pumpkins and the crafts booths. Let's go to the textbook. Oh, it's in here somewhere. There we go. Okay. I'm going to help you with the first two, and then you're on your own after that, all right? These first four sentences, they say, should all be together. And I don't agree with that. I would leave those first two just the way they are, okay? I know it says in that case to put them all together. I don't think so. Okay. So in 1998, and I disagree here, they don't have a comma, but oh well. High school students in Whitewell, Tennessee, learned about 6 million Jewish victims of the Holocaust. The students were studying the Holocaust, or victims of the Nazis. The students were studying the Holocaust. Now, where's students? It's right here and here. We look for phrases that are similar. So, to add my relative clause, I'm going to go, who were not studying, that's not good, studying the Holocaust, always capitalized, in Whitehall, Tennessee, learned about 6 million victims of the Holocaust. And, oops, we don't need that anymore. Okay, want to see that again? Okay. What you always want to do is look here and see where it repeats here. And then your who, in this case because it's students, learned about that. And then this is gone, see? Now, the reason I'm saying you put this right with students is if you put it at the end, you're saying the 6 million victims were studying the Holocaust. So you have to put it where the words repeat. Now, in this case, I would not put commas around this because we're talking about specific students who are studying the Holocaust, okay? So this is God. God. Next one. It's hard to imagine a number that large. Now look. Number. Number. So that is that large. In this case, I'm taking this idea and putting it down here. Okay. What did I do? Let's back up there. It's hard to imagine a number that large. We've got number here. And this is better, which is hard to, oops, spelled it wrong, imagine, seem more real. Okay, so hard to imagine is what we're going to take out, and we're going to put it in here. Now we could put that large in here, but I just think that that confuses the reader. Okay, they decided to, why did I put collect? It's collect. 6 million paper clips to make the number, which is hard to imagine, that large, seem more real. See, I would take that large off because you're already talking about large, okay? Now you're on your own to do the rest. Don't forget your Dropbox assignment Friday, and don't forget these combinations are due on Thursday. If you have questions, catch me on Remind. If you haven't signed up for Remind, do it now.